This clip will cover the fluids library within Innova Engineering. The fluid library is a tool that can be accessed from the fluid properties section and can be opened by selecting the fluid library button. This opens up the fluid library dialog, and this comes with a list of pre-input fluids for your reference. What you'll see below that list of fluids is a chart, and this depicts the hydraulic models available within Innova Engineering for selection and how they represent versus the current fluid that you've got selected. So each cross here is related to the 3, 6, 100, 200, 300 and 600 RPM viscometer reading values, and they're plotted. And what you can do then is look at the various different lines and see which model best depicts the fluid that you've got selected. So in this case, for the Aquaterra water-based mud 1.5 ppg, it looks somewhere between the Herschel-Bulkley or the Bingham model would be the best to run for the hydraulics calculation. For the 16 ppg mud, we're looking more like the Robertson-Stiff model. So it's both as a reference, so you can find some example fluids that you can take dial readings from for the purposes of running plan calculations, and also to check the viability of that fluid versus the model. You can equally input your own fluid in the fluid properties section and go add fluid, which will add it to the library. You can add your fluid by opening the fluid library and going add new. You can then input your fluid. In this case, I'm going to call it example. It's going to be 16 ppg. Put in 43, 28, 13, 11, 9, and then from that we'll put in our PVYP. So 600 minus the 300 is 15, and the 300 minus the PV, so that will be 13. And you can see now that all of our models are depicted on this made up fluid, and from that we can tell that probably the best model to use in the hydraulics calculation will be the Herschel-Bulkley. So when I input that fluid into this section to run my hydraulics, I would select hydraulics model Herschel-Bulkley. Okay, that is the brief introduction to the fluids library within Innova Engineering.